I'm Gali Mayer, CEO, co-founder of Buena Vida Specialty Coffee. How many of you drink coffee? Wow, how many drink specialty coffee? That's pretty good. How many drink specialty regenerative certified coffee? Okay, I would want to see everyone raising their hands. And in a minute, we'll tell you why it's so important. So, regenerative specialty coffee is a very small market, unfortunately. Regenerative coffee is a very small market. Most of the coffee in the world is heavily sprayed, and most people don't know where their coffee comes from or anything about the farmers. In average, a farmer gets 5 cents out of a cup of coffee, not even sometimes. And coffee is based on a commodities market that doesn't represent their cost. And that's why we have over 80% of farmers living in the poverty line or below. So we're trying to address that by helping farmers turn more into regenerative agriculture, because healthy soil is healthy you, healthy farmers, healthy community. And to do that, we take them through a journey literally from seed to cup, where we help them in the certification process, we help them with financial restructuring, we help them with markets, communication, highlighting who they are, what they do, and how they do it. Basically, coffee is not coffee. So I really want to find a way, which I haven't found yet, and I would love any ideas later when I step off, of how do you explain to people that 90% of the coffee out there, it's not even coffee, it's burnt beans. And it's low quality burnt beans that keep our farmers in poverty. By 2050, we're gonna have 50% less coffee in the world. And that's due to 3 main factors. One is there's no generational change, but that's not just coffee. We all know that. It's just agriculture in general. The other main factor is, of course, climate crisis. Most farmers are not ready for a climate crisis, and they're not climate resilient. And to be climate resilient, they have to turn into healthy soil. You have to turn into the principles of regenerative agriculture. I got involved in the documentaries Kiss the Ground, Common Ground, and now in the process of filming Groundswell. And when I got into the documentaries, I was all about organic. I didn't know what does it mean to be regenerative, and start speaking to PhDs in soil and agroforestry, and understood that we are an ecosystem. One cannot exist without the other. And for farmers, their ecosystem is not just the farm. It's also their family, their community, and of course, all of you consumers. And unless we tie it all together and we all work together to fix the issues, we're not going to succeed. There are so many millions of farmers and so many millions of consumers. And on average, a consumer drinks about 3 cups of coffee a day. And if you do the math, 8 ounces times 3, times 365 days out of the year, I'm gonna let you figure out how much agrochemicals people are drinking a year. So I think we need to change that. And we need to change that because everybody really cares about their coffee. And that's what fuels a lot of people. And many people come to me and say, oh my God, I don't drink coffee, the caffeine is bad for me. And I'm like, no, it's not the caffeine. It's the caffeine laced with agrochemicals. If you start drinking clean coffee, if you start really worried about how it's grown, and you start really worrying about the quality of the growing, you will not have those issues. So I encourage everyone to really start digging and figure out where the coffee comes from. Most people that I ask, where is your coffee from? They're like, oh, the roaster down in Brooklyn. No, flash news. Coffee doesn't grow in America. So it's really important that we support those farmers. And we're working with Kiss the Ground, and they're giving incredible education and scholarships for farmers, because one of the things that really is missing in the space is agronomists on the ground. And I'm not talking about the kind of drug dealers that we have in most of the universe, where, if you want agrochemicals, they're in every corner. Almost every little hardware store has agrochemicals. But you're going to find an agronomist in your neighborhood that can teach you nature-based solutions. That's really hard and also very expensive. So we're working with different organizations to really start changing the agronomy school methods and really go to nature-based solutions, because we really have to help the farmers turn more regenerative. And people ask me, do the farmers want to? Is it really hard to convince them? The great news, they're dying to switch the methods. They all want to be regenerative and organic, but it's a journey. Somebody has to take them from conventional to regenerative organic. And there's not if and or. It's a journey, and we all have to be patient with the journey. The most important thing about that is just help them, because right now, the farmer bears all the risk. It's the risk of finance, climate, generation, crop, disease, everything you can imagine, and buyer risk. Because guess what? If we're not looking for that product, they're not going to sell it. So I encourage all of you to figure out where your coffee comes from and to help us in that amazing journey to get to regenerative organic at the end of our journey. Thank you.